Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here, back with another episode of Post-Apocalypse Curb Appeal in the Long Dark. And I've got to say, from a design perspective, this town, this Milton, a tragedy. Nay, not a tragedy, an absolute travesty. This place is a train wreck, man. The feng shui of this dump, it's all jacked up, man. It's all jacked up. Most of the houses in this town don't even have bedrooms. We went into like 5 houses last episode, and only one of them had a bed in it. Now, you can call me crazy. You can say, Pete, this place is never going to sell, etc., etc. And you know what? You're probably right, but how do you expect to sell a house with no bedroom, people? What is wrong with you? No bedrooms in a house? It's never going to move. Turns out people like beds. They like to do things like sleep and periodically, you know, other uses for a bed. Sometimes you gotta have a place to fuck. We can't all be Al Pacino and the Devil's Advocate and be like everywhere. We don't all have that kind of, liberal attitude. Some of us are, a little more in desirous of comfort. So what are we gonna do? Well, we're gonna find one of these houses that has at least a little bit of curb appeal, and we're gonna make it our own. We're taking one of these houses over to be ours. I think this is the one that just has like a weird baby crib in it. Oh, nope, the upstairs of this house has literally nothing in it. Just an old rug and a busted lamp. Alright then, well, we're gonna have to, I want to find a house that has a fireplace, someplace we can build a fire, and someplace that we can sleep. Both in the same area, and that's where we're gonna start stockpiling and stashing supplies. We gotta get an entire lumber yard full of wood for the Gray Mother. I think in order to progress this quest, we're gonna have to progress our quest to find, what was her name? Astrid? Adrian? Oh, Adrian, where are you? But in order to find her, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to fill up Gray Mother's, like, firewood container. So, we need a place to stay. We gotta have a base of operations. We can't stay at the Gray Mother's house. Clearly, as much as we might like to, we're not gonna be able to do that, because she won't let us sleep in her bed, which I don't know why. I feel like Will is a relatively attractive, fairly handsome man. You think the Gray Mother would sort of be into his stylings. Milton hidden cash note. Hey girl, that grumpy jerk at Orca left the back door open, so I snuck in and took some stuff. I thought we might need it for when we get out of here. I can't wait to get over to the main lane with you where we can finally be together for real. I'll meet you there tomorrow night like we planned. I stashed the stuff near that big fallen tree in the marshy area behind St. Christopher's, you know, where we met that one time and drank your dad's contraband. Alright, I guess we'll take that. Anything else in this car? Anything useful? Of course not. It's a Canadian vehicle. This is a real violation of the paradigm from some of the early builds of the Long Dark 2, where every car in Canada had at least one can of Stacy's grape soda, probably some manner of pills and or painkillers or other prescription medication, and at least one item of warm clothing, usually a toque. And I gotta say, I kind of miss those days. I really do. This is going to be a dead wolf that I'm pretty sure we killed. We did you in, huh? Yeah, that's right, dog. We did you in. Get it? Because he's a wolf. And yeah, he's only 8% frozen, too. I'm considering harvesting him. What if we use our hatchet instead of... Really, what I'd like is his hide. We don't want to eat the wolf. Eating predators is bad in this version. It will get you infested with gut-rotting parasites. I don't know about you, but I like my guts. I'd rather not have them infested with rotting parasites. So, instead, where's the damn bank manager's house? We were in it, like, less than a day ago. Are the visors down in this vehicle? Nope, we haven't not been in this vehicle because there's a can of untouched grape soda on the floorboard. We would not have abandoned such a windfall. We would have taken advantage of the sweet, syrupy calories contained inside this delicious aluminum container. Pete, did you really mean to call the aluminum container delicious? No. I have some experience with things eating aluminum, and didn't turn out so well, actually, for the things that devoured them. Pete, what have you ever seen eat aluminum can? Well, I was a kid. I grew up on a farm, and I was kind of dumb. And one time I had a can of soda that I, stomped on and squashed, and I fed it to a hog. Because I was just, I honestly didn't think that he would eat it. But, yeah, pig ate it, and it died. Turns out, died kind of horrible, actually. You really shouldn't eat aluminum cans. I think we just live here now, actually. So we got pot-bellied stove, so source of warmth, sorted. We can cook We can clean. We've got all of that. We've already looted this place. One, it has a bed. It has a place to sleep. It has effectively all of the things that a growing boy needs to make himself a happy homestead, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So let's start stockpiling our fridge then. Antibiotics, we should keep a couple of these. Really what we're going to do is just prioritize. So anything that's very high condition, this stuff we're going to store. Anything that's low condition, we're going to keep honest. That way we're eating our worst supplies first. The stuff that's more likely to spoil gets devoured first. Stuff that's less likely to spoil is the stuff that we store for a rainy day. I don't know what we're going to do with this cash, but it doesn't weigh very much. I'm assuming it's probably tinder, so I think we'll just leave it. We have 13 cloth as well. No, I want you back in here. We're only storing food in the refrigerator, Pete. So why not limit the inventory down to food? Excellent idea. Let's do that. Beef jerky. You know what? At 55%, you can stay. Can of dog food. You're going in a larder. These are questionable and suspect. A stale granola bar is still good enough. I don't know if tea actually goes bad, because you have to cook tea. So I'm not really sure if that stuff goes bad or not. 73%. 45, we'll keep those. These peaches we can store for a while. At 34%, we're going to hang on to those. These crackers we'll keep. We got we got like a 6-pack, 12-pack of soda here. 10 of coffee. I don't really think coffee goes bad either, so the drinkables, maybe we'll pitch in here. Actually, you know what? Here, if we're gonna put, let's put all of the drinkables in. With the sodas, we're gonna keep because we'll drink those. This can of sardines, this can of tomato soup, that can all hang out. 7 liters of water is really more than we need, and also water is extraordinarily heavy. Let's put like 5 liters of water into our refrigerator. We're gonna keep 2.35 liters. That really reduces our overall encumbrance by a pretty significant margin. The teas and the coffees I think we'll leave, because I don't actually think they go bad. We already have a cup of coffee as well, which we found. We'd want to warm that up, I think, before we actually snosh on it. Snosh, Pete? You heard me. I'm going to snosh. You can nosh, I'll snosh. Sweet carbonated drink full of high fructose corn syrup. Again, I don't really think this can give us food poisoning, and we did get away earlier with eating some rancid fish that we probably really shouldn't have gotten away with eating, so we caught a break on that. Let's eat this gamey venison as well. That should have us satisfied calorically. We'll just top off. Eating always makes you a little bit thirsty. Really, if we'd have been smart, what we would have done is drank after we ate the deer. I always got to remember, eat first, drink second. Eat first, drink second. And now what do we need? I mean, I wouldn't mind starting to clean this place up a little bit, getting some of this trash off the floor. If I'm going to be living here, I feel like I'd be better off to... So I could generally clean up the place a little bit. Oh, medical supplies. Isn't there a first aid station in the bathroom? First aid cabinet? No. Medicine cabinet? No, nothing. There is an actual cabinet. All right, I'll allow it. This is where we keep our first aid supplies. And again, we're going to go with the triage method. Anything that's of low condition stays in the inventory. Things that are in high condition, those we're going to set aside. That's it for our medical supplies, really? No, we got some painkillers. Those can go in. I'm going to keep 2 painkillers on me. Painkillers are useful for treating aches, breaks, and bruises. I'm going to keep all the antibiotics. We have a bunch of cattail heads. We got a lot of old clothing that we need to rip up as well. We still have 2 flares. We did use a flare, which kind of disappointed me a little bit. Got a fresh deer hide. Actually, this fresh deer hide and gut we really need to have on the floor curing. Reishi mushrooms. We got a bunch of rose hips, but honestly, they don't weigh. Well, you know, we're carrying around 1.5 kilograms of rose hips. We should probably get rid of those. We don't need our spare sewing kit yet. We don't want to store that in here, though. Tools and whatnot, we're going to put in a different cabinet. So that's the extent of all of our medical supplies, huh? That's it? We got to manufacture some old man's beard poultices from some of this cloth that we got. Toilet is empty, correct? Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure we empty the toilet. Always take your toilet water. We have searched everything. There's a nice cabinet here, and I think this is where we're going to store, like, clothing and sundries. So, fire starting stuff. How many kilograms? We have 10 books. That's probably too many. I want all of those. I will keep 1 book on me. Cash, I'm assuming, is burnable. I'm going to keep 1 of those just out of curiosity. We'll keep all of our cattail heads as tinder. We don't need any of these. We're carrying a pound of tinder plugs. That's way more than we need. Newsprint, we can get rid of all of that. We have plenty of tinder plugs, and that's all newsprint rolls are good for. We'll hang on to that reclaimed wood. Stacks of paper, we get all of these gone. Sticks and matches. Matches are an interesting conundrum. I think what we'll do is our highest quality matches we will store. And our lowest quality matches we will keep. We're not going to be traveling that far. 12 matches is going to be enough to get us through. And we're not going to be leaving town until we come back this way anyway. So we'll be fine. We're going to try and make this old man beard wound into a poultice. We got some prepared reishi mushrooms, some prepared rose hips. We got a reishi tea, water purification tablets. You know what? We can probably stash those. We can always boil water. I don't know if water purification tablets go bad either. Let's tuck them in here and see if they degrade. It'll just be kind of an interesting test. Extra clothing. We've got a bunch of stuff we should probably put. We're going to put on our best quality stuff. And then the rest of it, we're going to start ripping apart and stashing. Best quality clothing. So let's start with the head. What do we got? We got you. Baseball cap really sucks. It's much worse than our toque. Okay, is it better than our ragged cotton toque, though? No, it is worse, but only mildly. The bad thing is this is in great condition, and our toque is in terrible condition. So for the inner layer, it is lighter. No, they weigh exactly the same. They weigh exactly the same. This one does not protect us from wetness. That one does. More wind chill. So the hat is objectively bad. The hat is going to be destroyed. So let's put the hat in the Wreck Me closet. You can go in here. Inventory management, I know, gripping gameplay, but this, I say gripping gameplay, but this actually is a big part of the Long Dark. This is a big part of what it's all about. We're wearing these pants. We actually have pants that are better, so let's swap them out. Are you warmer than, well, you're better than our current pants because you're in higher condition. The question is, what about these pants? Are they better than cargo pants? They are, in fact, better than cargo pants, so the unworn cargo pants are getting shredded. We have no backups for our under air layer, but we really do need to get some preparation into those. Worn sports socks. What else we got? Ragged wool socks. Better or worse? They are slightly warmer. They're a little better when water resistant. They weigh more. Considerably more. But the potential for warmth is also considerable. I think we should probably go with the wool socks over the sports socks. Which means we're going to, even though these are in lower condition, they are just better. So we're going to put them on. And all of our sports socks then, the rest of them we're going to rip those down. So sports socks go in the cabinet of destruction. In you go, sports socks. No use for you. These cargo pants also go in the cabinet of destruction. Back to other clothing. Prioritizing your gear, man. This is important. All right, let's take a look at this sweater then. So what are our inner layers? We have Will's shirt, which is pretty darn warm. This t-shirt is actually warmer than Will's shirt. Really? It is warmer, provides less wind chill, less wetness, and less protection. But it's also... Now, you know, at the same weight, it is warmer by a considerable margin. But this new thin wool sweater is actually much warmer altogether. Is it better than Will's sweater? Let's compare. New thin wool sweater. It is... No, it is worse. The decent t-shirt. Okay, so we're not going to be getting rid of Will's sweater anytime soon. The sweater is actually really good. We're going to want to hang on to that. This shirt, though, we can do better. If we compare the weight, each one of these is 1/4 kilogram. This has it's more protection. It's got the same amount of wetness protection. It's in better condition. It's vastly warmer. What condition is Will's shirt in? It's at 85%. So I think Will's shirt we may not destroy because it's still pretty good. But I really feel like we need to switch and go for the under layer of the sweater. That just seems like it seems like the better choice. And let's do mittens. We just have the one pair of mittens which are not in great shape. But we know how to make rabbit skin mittens now. We have the power. Do we have any other shoes? We don't have any other shoes. And actually, we kind of need to fix our shoes. In order to fix our shoes, we are going to need leather or hide, though. So let's get rid of everything that we are not currently wearing. All goes in the ragged simple parka. Did we look at our outer layer? I don't feel like we did. Give me that ragged simple parka back. Anything else that we're not wearing, this decent t-shirt can go in. The reason I want to get rid of this clothing, by the way, is clothing is extremely heavy. Extremely heavy. It really does max out the old encumbrance level. So, we do have an extra coat. Ragged simple parka. Is it better than Will's coat? Well, ours is an 82% condition. I feel like once it's repaired, that has the potential to be pretty darn good. A worn down vest. The worn down vest is actually crappier than this coat all the way around. Although this does slow us considerably, I'm not really worried about our foot speed. Let's wear this. That's going to make us much, much warmer. We're getting 9 degrees of warmth bonus and 3 degrees of windproofing. Our protection is pretty good. Our sprinting is slow slightly, but if we're sprinting, that means something has already gone wrong. I know we're wasting daylight doing something like this, which we could theoretically do in the dark. But we're 3 kilograms from encumbered now. What else have we got to get rid of? Fire starting supplies. Okay. Oh, we have a whetstone. Where did we pick that up? I don't remember stealing a whetstone. Why have we not been using that? All right, we got to start using our whetstone then. That's going to be a priority. So clothing is in this cabinet. Fire starting supplies. We need a place to keep our fire stuff. You know what? Where's a good spot for fire things? In the stove. It's designed to hold hotness. Let's do it. So do we need 4 things of accelerant? Absolutely not. Probably 1 is going to be more than enough to get us through. The can opener we're going to keep on us at all times. Moldy chocolate bar. We got the flares. 1 can of dog food is good. Let's get rid of all of our guts. Like all of our parts. Let's just throw those on the kitchen floor. What? You don't keep your rotting animal chunks on the kitchen floor? Where do you keep them? Keep mine on the kitchen floor. Like, you know, right out in the open. So where are rotting animal chunks? What category are they? Are they a crafting material? They're a crafting material. So we got a bunch of cloth, which we're going to hang on to. We have 1 piece of cured leather, which we can use to cure our shoes. So let's get rid of this deer hide. Drop all of this gut. We want this stuff to start curing as quickly as possible. We probably don't need to be hanging on to this scrap metal or these unprepared rose hips and reishi mushrooms. We don't need any of that stuff. We're just carrying... I mean, we have a pound of rose hips. So we'll let the gut start curing. Back to the stove then. We'll throw some accelerant into the stove. The flares I think we hang on to. Got our hatchet. Lantern fuel. We'll get rid of that. We got some old man's beard lichen. We have 1 old man's beard wound dressing. So we did build 1 wound dressing. That's good. Prepared reishi mushrooms and prepared rose hips. Those I think we'll hang on to. Technically this is a medical supply, but I'm still sticking it in the stove anyway. Scrap metal, sure. We'll just like assorted gubbins go in the stove. It just makes sense to me. It's like a junk drawer. We're carrying 3.5 kilograms of rocks. That's probably more than we need. Let's drop this down and say we'll keep 5 pieces of ammo on us. 5 rocks should be enough, and that does save us a considerable amount of weight. We really need to start drinking that soda as quick as possible. This old burned out torch will just flick into a fire at our first opportunity. Our whetstone stays with us at all times. Okay, I mean, I feel like we're pretty good, and we've dropped down our weight dramatically. So this is our new house. We live here now. Let's get our bearings and go out and start exploring town. We want to keep an eye out for wolves, of course. Always keep an eye out for the wolf. He is ever present. He is ever vigilant. Ridiculously so, also, considering the fact that we've killed 2 in, like, as many days. We've been leaving a lot of wolf corpses lying around, and it doesn't really seem to be doing much as far as thinning out the herd, if you know what I'm saying. We should go investigate these crows and pick up the crow feathers. We want to go to the bank as well, because we're going to rob it. So, we got to make a stop. We're making, like, our daily to-do list. Got to go rob the bank, check. Got to go loot the post office, check. Got to go investigate any part of town that doesn't seem like it's already been picked over and completely stripped of any viable resources. How come you're picking up crow feathers, Pete? Well, very simple reason. Crow feathers we can use to fletch arrows once we learn the recipe, which seems to be a paradigm for story mode. It looks like we're going to have to be doing a lot of favors for folks in order to get them to help us out. We move so much faster when we're not encumbered. I'd forgotten what it's like. It's been so long since we've had a respectable amount of stuff in our inventory. Get some dead crows over here. Opportunity for cattails. And also, there's a house on a hill. Always investigate a house on a hill. Take these rose hips. Cattails? Any cattails? We do want to be careful here that we don't fall through the ice. This seems thin and possibly dangerous. Cattails, though? Oh, yeah, you know what I want. Give me them cattails. Cattails are the superfood of the long dark. They provide fire. They're the bringers of light and life. Also, you know, 150 free calories, effectively. This ice sounds really creaky. I have these crow feathers. Give me an X. I know we just got rid of a whole bunch of rocks, but I plan on throwing a couple of those bunnies. Okay, dear. How much meat is on you? 3.5 kilograms. That's a lot of meat. An hour and 45 minutes with our scrap metal shard. Only 35 minutes with our hatchet. This is going to put some wear and tear on the hatchet, but you know what? I think we got to do it. I'm not interested in the hide or the gut. I just want the meat. And we do now stink to high heaven. Theoretically, we should just go drop this meat off. But I really want to investigate that house on the hill, too. Some reishi mushrooms over there. More crow feathers. Couple stones. Cattails also, Pete. Ever vigilant for the... I mean, this bunny is coming right for us. He's basically begging to die. He wants us to take a shot at him. I don't know if the creeping actually helps, but it feels like it does. Slow down. Slow your roll, bunny. Oh, damn. We missed. All right. Well, we'll get you on... You know what? We'll get you on the big bounce around, bunny. It's fine. There are other days and other bunnies. We'll come back for you. Cattails? Cattails? Got my cattails? You got my cattails, boy? Is that a deer? Oh, it's another bunny. He's hopping away. Sticks are also useful. Let's grab those. Old Lady Gray needs those. Also, if we're going to be cooking these bunnies we're about to murder, we're going to need some of those as well. Come back this way, bunny. Come on. You know you want to be delicious in my belly. Oh, he's made a fatal mistake. The bunny is coming right towards us. Oh, we nailed him. Whoops, wrong button. The rabbit has recovered. Man, we knocked him down, but he's the Chumbawamba of rabbits. We knocked him down, but he just got right back up again. I guess we're never going to keep him down. Chumbawamba. Bumba-wumba? No, never use a hatchet on a stick. It halves the time and makes wear and tear on our stick. I'll take the 10 minutes to break this down and get 3 wood. I'd really like to find something that's actual firewood and put our hatchet to its intended use. More importantly, though, I want to check out this house. There's like a clear-cut cabin down there. There's a fence, some hay bales. We'll need to go check that out. But this house on the hill just has me really intrigued. I want to come up here and see what's what. What's going on up here at this house on the hill? Is there a betrayal up here? Is there a betrayal at the house on the haunted hill? Is it just a really bad movie? Starring Lee. Was Liam Neeson in House on the Hill? Maybe. There's a deer over there. Some more sticks, some branches. We got some logs going on over here, so it feels like there's an opportunity for us to go maybe get some firewood for that old lady. There's no way this house on the hill is not going to be lootable, though. The game is not going to pass up an opportunity like this. Reishi mushrooms, more reishi mushrooms. Perfect. We can give those to the old lady. She likes mushrooms. What, she make like a soup or something? No, I mean, she likes them because they have hallucinogenic properties, and that old lady loves to get fucked up. She's sitting out here alone with a gun in an old cabin all day with nothing else to do. All she's doing is sitting there all day tripping balls on shrooms. Stack of papers. So we'd have all the metal we could ever want if we could just find a hacksaw. We could start chopping all this stuff apart. Lantern fuel. Okay, cardboard box. Anything else good in here? What's in the box? A hoodie. All right. I mean, we can rip that apart and use it to repair our other clothing. Newsprint. Got a crate. We actually could have slept in here. A wool scarf. Nice. Cave hidden cash note. I don't trust anyone anymore. People are getting desperate. It's only been a few days since the power went out. I'm going to stash some supplies in our special place above town. You know, near where we look at the stars together. We may need them before help gets here. All right, so we got another place where we can go and steal somebody else's ill-gotten supplies. Meanwhile, I'm taking your grape soda, tomato soup, and your book. Bunch of old cardboard. Metal pail and a crate. Is that all that's up here? Really? That's the whole of it, huh? Well, this... disappointing, but we did learn about yet another supply cache. Everybody in this town is hoarding. All of these people are kind of scumbags. they're all like, oh, you know, everybody's turning on us. We got a horde. And, you know, you guys could have probably all lived a lot longer if you just maybe pitched in a bit. You guys come together, Beatles style, right now, over me. And I'm going to get this bunny. I can't. Okay. All right, bunny. You got a date with destiny. You chumbawumba'd me once, and you know what? Props to you, bunny. You showed unbelievable intestinal fortitude for a small prey creature. But, it's not going to save you long term. Missed him. Man, alright. This bunny is... He's the Cassius Clay of bunnies. He's gone into rope-a-dope on us. Sitting here throwing rocks at him all day, and we just can't connect. We're throwing bombs, and he's deking them all. Alright. This is our boy right here, though. I can feel it. He's going to walk right into us. Got him bracketed. Lead him slightly. He's a golden god. The bunny is a golden god. A golden god. I guess we're eating mushrooms for dinner because these bunnies are unkillable, man. I need to... The other thing is I gave all of my rabbit skins to the old lady, so I need some of these bunnies. I need their flesh. I need their hide. Okay. One last try. It's a target-rich environment. We got 2 bunnies coming right at us. Wait till he crests the hill, Pete. Got him bracketed. There it is, right in the bean. Not this time, bunny. Ugh, yeah. Who's the apex predator? Huh? Huh? Say my name, bunny. Say my name. Human. That's right. I will take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and break this down. This also is going to cost us 42 calories, which is unfortunate. We should resupply. Get the rocks going.
Not sure I can carry much more.
Oh, quit your whinging, big wuss. Where'd that other bunny go? I want both of them. We can skin those rabbits at our leisure, too. That's the other thing about killing them and taking them back, is we can skin them then whenever we need arises. We don't have to do it right now. We can do it in our own free time. Sheltered from the wind. There's a log we could break down and get some actual firewood. So it looks like there's a lot of potential for firewood over in this area. That's good. We'll circle back. Right now? No. Right now, I gotta go rob a bank. Pete, are you really gonna rob a bank before the end of the episode? You know, I'm thinking about it, but the other drawback is I am currently carrying a lot of meat, and that meat is gonna attract wolves. I'd really rather stash it first. In fact, we might just... I mean, we've got plenty of available calories in here. We got ample supply of water. We got enough firewood for our immediate needs. Although the more firewood we have for our immediate needs, the less we got for the old lady, who is the reason we're sort of in this town. She wants us to bring her firewood. That's how we're going to advance the story. Basically, what we're at right now, it's survive long enough to be able to accumulate 24 firewood, which is a lot of firewood, actually. Quite a bit. Just a quick wolf check. Okay. Still a dead wolf. Man, I really want to skin that wolf. You know what? How cold are we? We're good. I actually am going to skin this wolf. Am I going to take any of his meat? I'm not taking the meat, but I don't... How much do we have to use if we use gut, too? Gut really adds to the time. Okay, fine. You know what, wolf? You can keep your guts. I'm taking your hide, though. Your ass is mine, in a quite literal sense here, wolf. I'm taking it. Your hide is mine. Oh, we made a real mess of it, though. We kind of, yeah. I mean, it was sort of Jackson Pollock-esque. I guess it wasn't all bad. It's got kind of an Art Nouveau feel to it, a little bit. I've also already forgotten which house I claimed as my own. Was it this one? I don't think it was this one. That's okay. We can rob the place while we're here. If it's a place we haven't robbed, hey, while we're here, let's consider robbing it. Or is this my house? This is not the one I... Nope, this is not my house. All right, well, let's rob it. Toilet water we apparently already took. Is there anything else valuable in here, or is this place already robbed? We really need to just sweep this house from one end of town to the other. I'm going to take 10 minutes, grab a couple more scraps of cloth, We are currently starving. What do we got in our inventory that's foodable? What do we have that's in bad shape is actually the more accurate question. So we should eat this moldy chocolate bar. It's in pretty questionable condition, and we should probably chase that with... You know, if we heat these peaches up, they're going to be so much better for us. This is going to be our evening meal. We will start a fire. We'll cook this rabbit to preserve it. We'll also cook this deer before it goes rancid. And I think we'll eat that can of peaches for dessert. But in the meantime, we got a pretty old can of soda here. Let's get some Summit soda in us, and that'll keep us in good stead. We actually didn't search this medical shelf. What do you got? Nothing. Boy, it's good that these people were prepared in case of apocalypse. It's nice to know they were well established to handle the upcoming end of mankind.
You can always use more food.
Some rancid cooked rabbit. You can always use more food. You know, Will? This isn't pretty... fuck it. How rancid could it be? We've already eaten rancid food once, and, you know, turned out okay. It didn't kill us. We didn't even get that sick. Our tummy grumbled a little bit. All things considered, the calories are worth more than a little tummy grumbling. If we gotta take a really particularly nasty, like, liquid shit tomorrow, well, then so be it. Sometimes there's a price you gotta pay for not starving to death, and if it's runny poops, then it's a small price. Extra matches are very nice. Another can of dog food. I really feel like the people of this town didn't do their doomsday prepping very good. They all have ample supplies of dog food, but no people food. Or is it just that when they were on the lam getting ready to flee to the mainland or whatever it was they were going to do, they just decided, oh, dog food, no, I'm not eating that. Screw that. If Perfidious Pete's in the apocalypse, the dog food goes in the can, man. I'll be like, well, you know, I hope it doesn't come to this, but if we do get reduced to eating dog food, I'd really rather have the dog food. I'm taking it. I'm sorry, Rover, but your Mighty Dog, that's coming with me. Mighty Dog, by the way, is the most flavorful and delicious brand of dog food. If you are in the apocalypse and you're going to be forced to eat dog food, Perfidious Pete recommends Mighty Dog. A couple books for some fireworks. Wait, what is this? A wool scarf. Get an old woolen scarf hiding behind this table. Anything else lurking back here? Yeah, can of Stacy's grape soda. What else you got up here in this attic? What else you got up here in this old house, Bob Vila? Nothing. You got off lucky this time, Vila, but don't expect it to. Don't think I'll be making a habit of it. Those guys clearly have some kind of root cellar or something going on downstairs, but we can't go down there probably because, well, with this being rural Canada and all, the odds of stumbling across a grisly scene of littered human corpses basically 100%, and the game didn't want to expose us to that. This is our house. So it's the one with the wheelbarrow and flag. Got it. Wheelbarrow, important. Flag, important. Wolf hide, important enough to skin him? I don't know if I'm sold. Are your visors down? No, which means we have not been in this vehicle. So every vehicle we go in, I'm going to start, like, marking it. We'll leave the hood up, visors down. Sort of a face down, ass up. That's the way we loot shit kind of thing. Glove box? Anything? Nope. Visor? Nothing. We must have some... I feel like our clothing has gotten vastly better because we've been outside all day and Will has barely complained about how absolutely freezing cold and broken his body is. So we know we've looted this because we left the hood up. Did we rob this house yet? What's in the mailbox? Old newspaper. You know what? Leave the mailbox open so we know it's looted. Got kind of a PUBG flair going here, man. Leave the doors open so people know it's looted. It's also a great way to honeypot people into coming into a building you're in. Just leave the door open. They want it to be like, doors are closed. People are probably in there. Be like, doors open. This place is looted. They'll just run in roughshod, and you can be sitting in a little spider hole under the stairs. And when they come running in all pell-mell, expecting the place to be empty, you just shoot them in the face. Metal pot. Is this microwave not open? Guess not. There's a toaster in the way. Have we already searched this? Open cabinet, open cabinet. I guess we've already robbed this place. We have, in fact, already robbed it. I guess the cloth I found a second ago is just one that I missed earlier. I'll take your newsprint, too. We searched the medicine shelf. We stole the toilet water, right? Yep, we already took the delicious Tidy Bull Blue. Well, there's nothing else left in this dump. All right, let's go home then. It is getting close to dark. Yeah, sun's about to go down. We've learned important lessons about being outside after dark, and that is generally a pretty terrible idea. We are still carrying an abundance of meat, too, which we want to not have on our persons at all. Wolves are going to come. The stinkier we are, the worse we are. I don't think we're going to get to rob the bank today. But, you know, there's always tomorrow. It's not like anybody else is going to come commit a daring daylight robbery. Only we are so brazen. Also, wolf, I'm stealing your skin. Don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but hey, there was an old lady we found earlier who was really happy when we gave her a bunch of rabbit pelts. And she taught us how to make rabbit skin gloves. Maybe there'll be an old man who's really happy to give us something for some wolf pelts, and we'll be happy to give them to him. Or alternatively, we can just make ourselves a sweet-ass cloak and walk around looking like fucking Jon Snow and shit. It'll be awesome. Be like, I am Ned Stark. I took this wolf with my bare hands. So we got our deer hide curing. Our gut is still curing. Let's add to the pile with some wolf hides here. We got serious scent issues coming off of us, too. That's another reason to get rid of these. So, wolf hide. Off you go. Old man's beard. We have enough for a fire. We got a lot of cloth. We got a lot of crow feathers, which I think we'll just toss those in the stove. The stove was where, like, random craftable bits went. Let's throw all our crow feathers in the stove. Old clothing we need to start ripping apart. We also need to start repairing our current clothing and get it all up into the best possible condition. So do we want to go with a hot meal or a cold meal? I'm thinking hot because we want to eat that can of peaches. We also need to cook a bunch of rabbit and deer. Speaking of which, Bunny in our inventory needs to be bunny butchered. So we're going to take your hide. We're going to take your meat. I mean, I guess we'll take your gut too. Our metal shard is rapidly losing condition. That's bad. All right, so Bunny, you are done then. We have gotten all of your goodly bits. So we come over here. Let's start a fire. I would love to find some manner of portable light source. So cash is, yep, that's all we can do with it is burn it. That's unfortunate. Well, don't need this book. Let's start a fire. Pete, you should really save those books for when you're outside and the risk of starting a fire is, you know, it's much more difficult or challenging because it's windy or something. You save the books for then so you have the better chance. We have a lot of books already and they're heavy. We got to weed down our inventory some. We haven't even finished robbing this whole town yet. There's supply caches everywhere, man. We're going to loot this burg 9 ways from Sunday. 9 ways from Sunday. So we're going to get a nice roaring fire going here. And I did it. In fact, it did. I think we'll stock it up a little bit. Let's get rid of this ruined torch. Those other 2 torches are in actually pretty bad shape. We might as well chuck them in as well. We got 19 minutes of firewood here. And I think that's where we'll wrap up the episode. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Support really does mean a lot. If you'd like to see us continue to loot this burg 9 ways from Sunday, I consider subscribing as well. Post new episodes of The Long Dark every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Right now, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.